the result that we wanted, but there's a lot of positives to pull out of this one. Some negatives also that we can learn from and continue to grow as a team. But saw a lot of stuff that we did tonight that's going to translate to winning basketball for us moving forward. We matched the level of physicality. We rebounded the ball pretty well offensively, defensively. We guarded their actions really well with physicality and, some unfortunate plays. Offensively, we weren't great in the first half. And I think that contributed to a lot of easy opportunities for them where we couldn't get our defense set, right? Points off turnovers, offensive rebounds, second chance points, things like that. But all in all, we battled. We battled. We came in here and we continue to execute our stuff at a pretty good level, particularly in the second half. And I know that some of the things that we did are going to translate into winning basketball for us.
Coach, at one point you were 8 of 16 from three. Was that the game plan coming in, or did you feel like their defense just kind of presented some opportunities?
No, the game plan coming in is take what the defense gives you. They're so gap heavy. They're well coached. There was not a time where we drove and started across that free throw line where there wasn't a second chance coming. So when a team does play like that, you have to react in space, and that's what creates some of those open threes for us, particularly in the second half. So ultimately, we're just doing what the defense is giving us. We didn't do a great job of that in the first half. We tried to force some things, didn't read some actions that we tried to execute. But in the second half, I think we did a lot better job of that.
You guys had 18 turnovers tonight, I guess. What was Clemson doing, I guess, to generate some of those turnovers?
Well, I think part of it too was just they did a really good job defensively, the physicality, getting in those gaps. But I think part of us, it's our first time together. We got 9 new guys, playing without 2 starters. Like, some of those guys were a little shell-shocked early, and it caught us, and that's what happens when you walk into an ACC arena, The crowd's behind us opening night. They shell-shocked us early, and it took us a little while to recover and kind of understand, okay, this is how we have to play. This is how we have to move. This is how we have to space away when you see that second chest. So I think, half of it was they came out and did a good job and were super physical, is who they are. And I think the other half of that was a little bit self-inflicted.
They had 40 bench points just from first impressions. How deep of a team do you feel like Clemson is? How difficult is it to play against a team that brings in a bunch of guys in waves?
I'll be honest with you, I didn't particularly feel that. I think that I really liked their top 6, 7. Thought they had, some pretty talented guys. Ian, Chase Hunter, Zachary's a really good player. Those guys. I think those guys came off the bench and kind of just did their job. No, not to them, but I wouldn't particularly call that a super deep team. I think they physically could do some things against us that they're able to do. If I'm just being honest.
You brought up Zachary, I guess. What is it about it that kind of makes him, I guess, a talented player?
He's super experienced. You're talking about a 5th-year guy. He's 200. I don't know how much he weighed, but he's just physical. He knocked our little point guard down, towards the end of the second half. He's just a physical player that knows how to play the game the right way. There's a difference between playing the game and playing the game the right way. And that kid, I'm not sure where he's from, but the kid's been taught to play the game the right way. Obviously, he was well coached at Boston College, and they got them a really good point guard. Good.
Thank you, Coach.
Yes, sir.